ladies, it's Sarah Visser here, and I want to show you exactly what I have in my party arc and how to make one. So this is just an arc binder. You can buy any style that you want. I upgraded my rings from the ones that came with it to the 1 inch. The 1.5 inch will work as well too. So either of those, you just pop them out and pop the new ones in. So let me show you what is in my party arc. Now when you first open it, I got a little set of the flags that come with it. That's optional. You don't have to do those. I have a zipper pouch in here for money that I collect at the parties. Right now I just have my extra labels in there for my tabs and dividers and stuff. Alright, now I decided when I was making this binder that I was going to do it in order of what was important and what I use the most at my parties. So what I use the most first is the monthly special flyer. So I keep the current monthly special flyer right here in the front. And I don't keep the next month ones right here because when I'm trying to sell at a party, I want to be selling from the current month special. I don't want them to try to wait and buy the next one. So I keep the current month special right here. And then what I did here is I cut out the shopping guide from the back of our catalog. I just pulled the staples out and sliced it up the middle. I stuck the cover right here just because I had an extra place and I didn't want it to be blank. So now I have just the shopping guide. And if you're wondering what these different flags are, I used the little flags right here that I got. They're an ARC product. You can use whatever you want. You can even just write on it with a permanent marker if you want to. But what I did, so I'll know when I'm at a party, if I have a certain item, since I don't show every single thing at every party, if I put a yellow highlighter line over it, that means I have that exact item with me in my stuff. If I have a pink one, that means I have that item, but just not in one of the current patterns, because I don't get rid of every single thing. Since I have a fabric swatch binder, I can show them this room for two and say, it doesn't come in this one anymore, but let me show you the patterns it comes in. So as you flip through, you can see I've got everything in yellow personally, and then pink is ones that I have it, but just in a different pattern. So I did that for the whole shopping guide in here. And I have this, and I put it in the front so that I can use it during my party. Now, one of my favorite things about the ARC binder is that I can fold it back. Now, what do you use most when you're checking people out? You use the personalization guide. So what you can do is you can just keep it flipped back right here, and then flip back and forth if you need to look at it. And then when they want to see a product, you can flip, find that product, and then just go right back to the personalization and have it right there. That's one thing I love about this ARC binder, is being able to do that. So let me flatten it back out, which is really easy to use, and show you the rest. So I have those things before even my first tab. These are just in the very front. And then in this pocket, I have a pocket here, I keep enough order forms for one party. My goal when I go to a party is to be able to take my fabric swatch binder, my products, this binder, and my catalogs. So that's all I have to give them. So I keep my order forms there. And then I have my hostess order forms. I printed them out and I just hole punched them so that once she fills it out, I can stick it right back in here. So I just have 5. You see your ARC stuff just slides right in and out. I have 5 hostess order forms that I keep right here in the front. So that's what I need during my current party every time. So that is before my first tab. Now my first actual tab is personalization. And behind this tab I have the personalization guide. If you bought them from Business Supply, you can just cut one of them up. Or if you didn't, you can print it out from 31today.com under Toolbox. So you see I have my icon it. I have just my regular personalization. I have my Gives ribbons and my Collegiate Spirit. And if they add another school, I can just print out a new one and stick it right in my page protector. Now in the back of the personalization, I have another little pocket here. And in there, I just printed out like 3 to 5 of the Little's personalization guide. Because as you know, people don't order it often, but when they do, it's kind of a nightmare to write on the order form. So I just printed those out so I can have them right there and stick it with their order form. That takes us to our next tab, which my next tab is calendar. Because you know, the first thing I want to do at a party is sell, and then the next thing is I really want to book. So what I have in my calendar tab, turn this way so you can see, is I have my current calendar, Now what I do is I go ahead and X out the days. I do church on Wednesday, so I don't do parties. You know, I had kids' birthdays and stuff, so I X'd out what I needed. And then I put everything else 31 related on here. My yellow dates are my hot dates that I want to book a party. Usually I offer some incentive at the party if you book a party on one of those hot dates. And then if I have a party, I write it on. I have my fundraiser stuff. When I'm collecting outside orders, I keep everything on here. So I always have the current month, and I have the next month, which I haven't started writing on yet. But I've decided, I went ahead and decided on my 3 hot dates. And I marked out my Wednesday nights. Also, you need to think about, you know, if you have family things on the weekends, or like the 14th is Valentine's Day, you probably don't want to be doing a party that night. So you mark out those kind of things. And then also, this is something genius that I stole from someone else that I love. Keep a current 2014 or whatever the current year is calendar, because it never fails. Somebody says, well, let's look at March. And then you have no idea what the Fridays or Saturdays are in March. So you have it right here, just so you can look at it. This is really nice to have in here. And I've just hole punched these and stuck them in. So the next thing I, want to do at a party is, book more parties. So I have the Have a Party tab as my next one. And behind here I have the current month special again, just in case they want to compare this month and next month special to see when they want to have a party. So I have the current month special, and then I have the next month special, January and February right now, to see when they want to book a party. Now, if I give them a hostess packet, I have them fill out the top of my hostess coaching checklist, so that I can just stick it in my hostess coaching binder, pull it right out of here, stick it in my hostess coaching arc, and I'm ready to go. So this is just like 5 of those. And now I keep in this pocket my mini hostess packets. Okay, so I will mail them a full hostess packet, but I want them to leave with something at the party. So I have in here just a little cellophane bag. And if they book a party with me, this is what they're going to get that night from me. In here is, you can see through the front, is my hostess letter. And then the other things you're going to find in here are, monthly special flyer. I'm going to have my hostess flyer, as well as a how to order, calculating your order, something that I stole. And then also I just went ahead and stick in 2 order forms. So when somebody wants to host a party, I just hand them this packet. I'm not going to stick everything back in there. But I hand them this packet and I stick 1 catalog in there with it. Now I don't put the catalog in there with it now because I don't have enough room in my binder to keep everything. So I just stick a catalog in it and I give this to them and I add their party to my calendar. So as you can see, I have another one. I keep at least 2 of these in here all the time because my goal is to book at least 2 parties at every party. So make sure you give them the mini hostess packet. You get their information on here so you can mail them a full hostess packet once you have their guest list or however you decide to work it. All right, the next thing I really want to do is get them to join me. So I have my Join Me tab here. Now behind here I keep the recruiting flyer right here. And now a lot of this is in my recruiting packet that they can get, but this is really nice just to be able to flip through and show them if they're just even considering it. So I keep that, and then I have the Start Swell flyer here as well, which is also in my packet, as well as the career path. And the income disclosure statement, I don't put it in my packet, but I like to have it in here just as a good talking point if I have somebody that's on the fence. All right, and then behind here, once again, I have my packets, and I keep at least 2 packets with me. And I'll show you what's in. This is my Think About It packet. If they're interested in joining, I send them this packet. In here, I have the Living Your Dreams brochure. I also have, pull it out for you. I also have my recruiting flyer, a career path, and a Start Swell flyer. And once again, I just add a catalog to it, and I give them this as their Think About packet. Now, always, you don't give them any information without getting some of theirs, so that you can make sure to follow up. So right behind here, I have my contact information sheet, which you can get from 31 Today. And I have them fill out the top, or I fill out the top while I ask them, and then that way I have all my information here of how to follow up. And then I can leave these in here or move them to my follow-up binder. And that's a really great thing about if you use the ARC and you have your follow-up binder as an ARC. These things, since I've hole punched them with my ARC hole punch, they just pull right out. And then when I go to my next binder that I want to put them in, you know, I just snap them right back in, and then they're good to go. So that's the one really nice thing about the ARC system too. So I keep at least 5 of those. And then my last tab is games and miscellaneous. Now, if you have party cards, this is where they would go. I do my presentation on my iPad, so I don't have those in there. But I also keep games that I use as fillers, or sometimes if I have a crowd that I've already had, I have the right-left game, I have Replace Your Husband game, a penny booking game, and then I always keep the dice game in here because you never know when you want to do a booking. So I have all my envelopes and my directions, and I keep my dice in my pouch with my pens, so I always have it ready. And then in the back, I just keep some extra paper. Oh, as you can see, my daughter traced her foot apparently. But I keep some extra paper in the back so that I can use it for making notes or anything like that. So that is the end of my party ARC, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and look forward to putting your own together. Thanks!